The Ashanti Region Police says it is maintaining heavy security presence at the OKESS Senior High School in Kumasi, where a 19-year-old final year student was killed in a suspected armed robbery attack on Wednesday. Godfred Arthur was stabbed twice in the neck as he attempted to run away from the armed attackers. The two suspects are said to be in police custody and will be speaking to the police in a bit. But the news of the attack drove several parents to the school to demand a withdrawal of their wards. Well, correspondent Mohammed Nuruddin visited the school earlier on Thursday and found the following report.
Godfred Arthur, affectionately called Scriptures, was stabbed twice in the neck as he attempted to escape from the suspected robbers. He is said to have bled profusely and left weak and helpless. A student who spoke on a condition of anonymity suggests delay in getting Godfred to hospital may have caused his sudden death. He says attempts to get one of the teachers to drive the wounded student to hospital in his car proved futile because it had run out of fuel.
Six boys were in the classroom. Two strange men entered and ordered them to surrender their phones, threatening to kill them if they failed to. The students were scared, so they gave their phones out. As the men left, the students shouted, "Thieves, thieves." Just then, the deceased came out of the dormitory, heading towards the classroom block to study. He was unaware of what has happened. He bumped into the robbers who stabbed him twice in the neck. He bled profusely, so we took him to our teacher's house to report the incident to him, but he said his car was faulty. We then told the security man who helped us to take him to the hospital. Unfortunately, health personnel told us on arrival he was dead.
It is about 8 a.m. Thursday. Parents who heard the news had rushed to the school to pick up their wards home. Authorities will, however, not allow them in because candidates are writing a paper in ongoing final examinations. Agnes Owusu-Ansah is board chairman.
For so many years, we have been fighting this fence issue. The issue is that it's something that is being contested by some landlords, that they bought the land from some chiefs. And this land given to OKESS is gazetted. So one finds it very difficult to understand why a gazetted land is being sold by some people to others. So it was even last academic year that we decided that we should start from where there's no litigation. So you see, the frontal part of the school has been fenced now. And we are waiting for the litigation to
end. Godfred's relatives who have come to the school. Just before authorities spoke to the media, they had asked students to go home and return on Tuesday. Kumasi City Mayor Osei Asibe Entry says steps are being taken to complete the school's fence wall.
The school has a very big compound, so the walling is ongoing. They've even written through me to the regional minister, and I've also written to the Minister of Education. So all the documentations have been done. The authorities are aware of it. We've brought to their attention. And the exercise of walling is also ongoing. So it's rather unfortunate that the walling could not have completed before this thing happened. But you know the thieves, whether there's a wall or no wall, if they have bad intentions, they have a way of going about it.
Tafohene Nana Ajim Frimpong joined other sympathizers to visit the school. He pleaded with parents to exercise patience as authorities investigate the matter. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin reporting.
In Accra, a high court trying the suspected killers of Major Maxwell Mahama at Dintroboase on Thursday was told how his colleagues in the military got to hear of his death. The first witness to be called by the state, the late Soldier's Deputy Warrant Officer Sabi told the court Major Mahama left the premises of the C&G mining firm where they were based in the morning of that fateful day on his usual jogging, only for them to be asked to identify his corpse at a morgue later that day. He also talked about how he struggled to keep his colleagues calm when he communicated news of the death to them. There's more in the following reports.
Warrant Officer Sabi Kwesi, who was Major Mahama's second in command, was the state's first witness. He was led by Chief State Attorney Evelyn Kelson to give testimony to the court. It centered on his last engagement with a late soldier before his death, how the soldiers got to know of his death, and the pain they went through to keep the angry soldiers in camp. On the last engagement, he said,
I last saw him on the morning of May 29, 2017, when he said he was going for a walk. He told me he will stay long since he was using a different route this time.
He told the court as at 2 p.m. on the day, the late soldier whose meal was ready had still not arrived. He simply couldn't reach him.
I called his number, but it was just not going through.
The warrant officer then informed the court a call from the head of the mining company prompted them that a soldier had been shot. They headed to the Dunkwa hospital where they identified the body.
When we got there, I was shocked to see that person who was dead was Captain Mahama, who was lying naked.
The warrant officer said he then returned to camp where he prompted his colleagues of the death of their leader. It was tough, he said, to restrain them.
I assembled the soldiers and informed them Captain Mahama was dead. They were very annoyed, but I pleaded and we all stayed in camp.
That marked the end of the soldier's testimony. 2 objections were raised in the course of the testimony. Both bordered on references to phone calls the soldier received from a commander at Stakrade and another from the head of the mining company they were protecting. The trial judge overruled the objections, dismissing concerns it amounted to hearsay. Defense lawyer George Bernard Shaw has started cross-examining the state's witness. Hearing continues on May 24.
The Paramount Chief of Lawra has appealed to the Chief Justice to post a permanent judge to the Lawra Circuit Court to help improve justice delivery in the area. The Lawra Circuit Court at the moment has no substantive judge and currently depends on the Lawra Circuit Court judge to adjudicate cases. Well, the Paramount Chief made the appeal when the Chief Justice of Ayakufu paid a courtesy call on him as part of a 3-day official visit to the Upper West region.
Recognizing the important role the traditional rulers play in the adjudication of justice in the country, Chief Justice Sophia Akufu began his 2nd-day tour of the region by paying a courtesy call on the President of the Lawra Traditional Council, Napo Wole Kabo III, and his elders at his palace before holding a mini deba at the forecourt of the palace. Napo Wole Kabo III stated that traditional councils during the colonial era started with minimum judiciary functions backed by cohesive force, but over the years their functions have now been whittled down to that of administration and mediation, for which he conceded they are not technically empowered or equipped to discharge. Nakabo also appealed to the Chief Justice to post a substantive judge to the Lawra Circuit Court.
The elevation of Lawra to municipality has raised the expectation of high levels of service and performance in all sectors, including education, health, security, and judicial services. The numerous projects under the government flagship programs and the many road infrastructure, including the construction of the Dikpe Bridge, will make Lawra a commercial and industrial hub. This will lead to an influx of people into the municipality and place pressure on high demand on all services, including judicial services. I therefore take this opportunity of your visit to appeal to your leadership to post a substantive circuit court judge to Lawra municipality with supervisory responsibility over Nandom and Jirapa district courts.
Chief Justice Sophia Akufu quickly gave in to the appeal of the Lawra Paramount Chief, having been satisfied with the state of the Lawra Circuit Court.
I have already visited the the Lawra court, and everybody expressed a very, very, very pleasant surprise, especially those who had known what the building was like maybe a month ago. Thank you very, very much. It's a clear demonstration of the commitment that Lawra has towards the promotion of justice in this. It's amazing that here's a community that has the court and has even built accommodation for the circuit court judge, and we have not provided a permanent circuit court judge. What else could possibly compel us to do that than the commitment that is evident in the renovation of the court building and the provision of such accommodation? So I assure you that within a couple of months you will have a permanent judge who will happily live in the house you have provided.
The Chief Justice later met members of the Nandom Traditional Council before inspecting the Nandom District Court. The only thing she found untoward at the court is the limited furniture and recorders and poor visibility. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam, Lawra.
A dentist and the Dean of the City of London Dental School's postgraduate program in West Africa, Dr. George Nana Brown, has advocated an intense awareness drive on oral health to help prevent many health complications. According to him, there is imminent dental crisis due to the high consumption of sugar products, hence the need for authorities to intensify education on oral health and also ensure there's adequate human resources and logistics available. He was speaking to the media during a 4-day medical outreach in Hohwe, Kolenu, Chito, and Abutia in the Volta region. Fred Kwame has more in the following report.
The outreach, dubbed United Kingdom Charity Ghana Dental Roadshow, was organized in conjunction with the Hohwe Municipal Hospital, the University of Health and Allied Sciences, and the UK Dental Association, with support from John Moore International Limited. It was part of activities earmarked to celebrate John Moore International Limited's 20 years in transport and specialist project logistics operations in Ghana. Ms. Ama Abrokwa is the corporate manager of John Moore International.
What we tend to achieve is to meet our CSR objectives, because one major one is health and well-being. Dental comes under health. And as we are marking our 20th anniversary, there are a lot of activities earmarked for it. But this is just one of them to meet our CSR objectives, celebrate the communities we operate in. We are based in Tema. Our head office is based in Tema. We have offices in Takoradi, and we run across the length and breadth of the country. But somebody will say, why are we in Hohwe, Klonu? We believe in the development of all.
The over 1,000 beneficiaries from Verkuleung, Hohwe, Chito, and Abutia were screened for various oral problems, had emergency surgeries, and were educated on oral health. A senior dentist on the team, Dr. George Nana Brown, expressed worry on the low level of awareness on oral health in the country where dental crisis looms due to high-level intake of sugar products.
Dental awareness is very poor in Ghana, and we are supposed to be a middle-income country, which means that it comes with a lot of dental threats. The diet has changed. When I was a child in Ghana, you had biscuits and Coca-Cola at Christmas, and that was it. Now, I walk around the corner, I'll get all that I want. And that means that the problems that the British people had in the 70s, we are now going to be getting. Now, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel has already been invented. And some of us are there pushing that wheel in England. Why not bring some of that momentum to Ghana? And that's what I'm doing.
Children of Edgemont Orphanage Home at Verkuleung, adopted by John Moore International Limited, also benefited from the outreach. Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews, Hohwe.
Wamara is the word that set her apart from other contestants in the 11th edition of the National Scripts Spelling Bee competition.
National champion, the first ever from Ashanti region in the final contest held in Accra. She is hopeful ongoing preparation will put her in a good stead to make her country proud by annexing the global crown. After a meeting with the United States Consulate, Shefa paid the courtesy call on Asante Otunfosi to the second at Menchia Palace. She is confident blessing from the king and other well-wishers will help her bring the trophy to Ghana.
The fact that I'm the only representative from Ghana representing in the Scripps National Spelling Bee, I want to put in my best to bring pride to Ghana and Africa. And me being the only representative from Ghana and Africa at large, I want to put in my best to bring pride to Africa and Ghana.
Local NGO and organizers of the competition, the Young Educators Foundation, was granted permission to hold the inauguration of the next national contest at the Menchia Palace. Chief Executive Eugenia Mawina Ajua Techimensen led the delegation.
The Asante Hene himself has education very dear to his heart, and we were very impressed with the way he received us and how he encouraged not just Shifa but all children to aspire not just in spelling but in all aspects of education. So we thought that this would be the best place to launch the 12th edition of the Spelling Bee, which will be in September of this year.
Sponsors Indomie Instant Noodles and Najis Angel School were represented. Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Debra.
Well, so that'll be it for the latest news updates. We have more news. We'll be reviewing the newspapers and we'll be looking at myjoyonline.com and the other online portals. But please get interactive. Facebook, JoyNews on TV. Also watch us live, My Joy Online TV. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll do the review of the newspapers and the portals. Stay on. We'll be right back.